What's up, VM? Nothing much. How about myself? Well, I should have taken my painkillers before doing this live. I'll tell you that much. Just couldn't do one last night. Too tired. Got an 11-hour shift ahead of me. Someone sent me a bunch of hearts. Still love you. Aussie Chick, is that your original handle? Because I don't remember you being in the chat so much. Get some sleep, mate. I just woke up. Yes, I slept in my clothes. You ain't doing a lot of dressing and undressing with this thing, okay? You know? I've got to change the dressing before I go to work. It's not fun. Cinderbrand! Hey, Rich. What's up, Cinderbrand? If any of you folks are on your home computer, to watch the ads, you do refresh the page. Aussie Chick 88. Yep, I was chatting to you many times. Yeah, just. Willis, Richard, what's up, brother? I'm fine, bro. Clint Gage, good afternoon, my man. How are you? It's still morning here, but I'm hanging in there. Aussie Chick, what the heck did you do to your hand? I got bit by my cat and it got infected because of my diabetes. My blood sugar is 194 this morning. Cinderbad, how's your hand? It hurts. I just want you guys to realize, see that? That soaked all the way through all of this gauze. Okay? Which is a good thing. It's a good thing that the wound is expressing. Nanda Bear, hi, are you okay? Do I look okay? Aussie Chick, whoa, did you get tetanus shot? No. I got vaccinated though. Cinderband, healing well? Yeah, looks like it. Chad Bailey, King Richard, long live the king. Puts me right in the same category as Godzilla. Godzilla, by the way, he's training pretty well. He's gonna last maybe 5-6 minutes with my sister. Clint Gage, I have been busy all morning. I've been trying to get my burn taken care of. Got it forging yesterday. Oh, dude, how bad is it? Is it third degree? I mean, Clint, you're no stranger to the hospital, bro. But how bad is it? It's always the question when it comes to burns. Nanda Bear, my dog bit me a lot. Sounds like you have a problem with your dog. Chad Bailey, close to the bad hand affect how fast you can eat? Or does the bad hand affect how fast you can eat? Yes, it certainly does. It also really impacts my ability to make food. So the problem with food in general is getting something healthy is really hard. So, it's like I can't pick up a salad on my way to work and have it expect that salad to still be fresh when I get there. Temperatures are too high in California, so I mean it's like what you can't buy much at the fast food restaurant, and then you can't you can't make a salad with this really easily. So Cinderbrand, I just glad your wound is being cared for. Thank you, dude. DS, help me. I've been having gay thoughts recently. I don't know what to do. Jesus told me it's bad. Look, DF, you know, everyone has gay thoughts every now and again, okay? So it's okay for you to have gay thoughts, okay? Just remember that Jesus was about love, okay? So you need to follow the love and try to lead a good life and don't hurt people. That's the important thing. So just remember, if you're having gay thoughts, use lube. Clint Gage, no, just hurt. Heat burn is all just some blisters. That's at least a second degree, dude. Yacing it up. Riley for the world said hi. Mike, Richard, did you get the nuts? Not yet. Mike, they should arrive today. Tarzan, put ice inside the salad tray. What would that do, Tarzan? It would just wilt the salad. DS, man, don't have AC, I guess. I have AC. It just, my house also needs a lot of other things that would make AC work a lot better, so. Chad Bailey, I just missed what happened to hand. What happened? I was in the hospital for 5 days for an infection in my hand, and they had to cut it open. So, Nanda Bear, hope you feel better soon. Yeah. Tarzan said hi. Chad Bailey, that hand makes it easy to hitchhike. Yeah, I drive. Clint, yeah, it's only one finger. I'm looking for a pair of welding gloves so it won't happen again. Yeah, dude, welding gloves are actually really good to have. And incidentally, Clint, when you're handling animals, like if you have an injured animal, it's good to have your welding gloves. Nim, what was that for? Yeah. She got her food on me somehow. But welding gloves are a great resource. Lobo Ismail, 21. How is your mom today after last night? Still dead. Lobo, she's still been dead for 35 years. How are you after humping the ground she's buried in, you know? Clip gauge, oh yeah, they're a necessary thing in my life. Yeah. I can tell you, I've had a lot of good experiences with the wonders of welding gloves. Lobos Meal 21. No wonder she didn't move much. Yeah, dude. You know, you really need to up your standards, bro. I mean, Mike, you off today? No, Mike, I am not off today. I have an 11-hour shift ahead of me. Nanda Bear, sorry for your loss. Yeah, bro. I mean, assuming you're a bro or a sister, you know, things happen. Okay. Life is not going to be pleasant all the time. Kimberly, wait. You. Chad Bailey, when I was 8 years old, my father heat metal pipe and bent it on my go-kart just to get off red hot. I grabbed it. My hand palm had a lot of water blisters. Yeah, that tends to happen. Mr. Croissant. Oh, are you flaky? What happened to your thumb? An infection. Clint Gage, Chad Bailey. Yeah, that would really suck. I touched a hot barbecue pit when I was little, barehanded, and ever since then I've learned fire hot. Yeah. Gee, who knew fire is hot? I mean, have you ever been to Burning Man? There's all kinds of man and fire and hot there. Chad Bailey. Clinton is feel your pain. See what I did. Mr. Croissant. Richard, how would you rate your life today? 1 to 10. 1. My life sucks. No bones about it. I mean, I would rate the entire world like a 3. I mean, it can always get worse, but I mean, so long as you're breathing, it can get worse, can't it? Adam S. Hey, Richard, you look cool today, bud. Yeah, I know. I came into work yesterday dressed like this, and they didn't recognize me. Champ Patton. Damn, Richard, so no work for a bit. Yeah, I was out of work for almost a week, used up all my sick leave. You know, and it's... This is the thing. Like, at my work, everyone's like, yeah, dude, you do like 10 times what everybody else does. And it's like, yeah, all the work in the world doesn't mean I get paid anymore. Nim! No! Bad Nim. Chad Bailey, my is 1 2. Yes. Champ Patton, damn Richard, so no work for her, but yeah, I read that. Okay, Click Gauge. When you do blacksmithing, you tend to get burnt a lot, as well as welding. I do them both. I can weld steel and aluminum. Yeah. Again, Clint, one of the big things is you need to have your safety gear on when you do that. I mean, it's you got to have the apron, you got to have the gloves, you got to have the goggles, a face mask. You know, these things are not a joke. Nanda Bear, when I was really young, the stove was on and I touched the stove and burnt my hand. Yeah, it happens. Champ Patton, Adam! Mike, Clint, what do you forge? He makes blades and axes, I think. Adam S. Champ Patton. Riley for the world. Adam S. Champ. Adam S. Big Riley, I know you're here, bud. Have I mentioned lately that my computers are all ancient? Adam S. Lowell, Clint Gage, Mike, I make knives, axes, whatever I think of here feel like. Chad Bailey, that hand will affect how you take down a criminal. Most of the time you take down a criminal with your mouth, dude. This is the most dangerous weapon you have on you at any given time. Click Gauge, or not here. Her. Rally for the world, waiting to go to the beach there at Richard's Hangout. Don't think I'd hang out at the beach. Manda Bear, I had a swollen ankle before. I've had a lot of swollen things. Not Trev, are you okay? Trev, do I look okay? As a general point of the universe, do I look okay? Riley for the world, Big Adam. Trent, not Trent, all love. Clint Gage, yeah, I need to get some. Yeah. Nim just pooed on my blankie. This is my blankie. VM, Richard, you should make reviews on the books we got you once you're done reading them. Yeah, I should. And I intend to. But one of my problems is that I do a lot of reading, but mostly I'm looking stuff up on the internet. I once had a teacher say, "What do you sit at home all day and read Wikipedia?" And it's like, yeah, I do. Mike, when I lost my virginity in Boy Scouts, I had rash that burnt. Oh, the Scoutmaster's daughter and her two cousins. Clint Gage. Well, guys, I gotta get ready for my next show. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. Yeah, Clint. Much love, bro. Hope you feel better. VM, see you, Clint. Not Trev. No, you don't. I'm sorry. Everything okay? No, no, it's not. The world is not okay right now. Not Trev. Mandabear, is your cat aggressive? The cat that bit me died. He was delirious. He was a very old cat. Well, he wasn't a very old cat, but he was an older cat. He had a heart condition. Rally for the world. Nice blankie, Richard. Yeah, it was a gift. Riley for the world. Mine is blue. You know, I used to have this. Well, my brother used to have this dog named Gus. Well, he called him Augie. I called him Gus. I just couldn't call him Augie. And my sister brought these pink towels. I don't know why, to my house. And the dog was a Doberman Pinscher. It was a very short coat, and it was winter. So every night before I went to work, I worked a night shift at the time. I would put the towel over him so he'd be warm, and he seemed to like it. And then one day, I hear my sister say, "Every time I come here, I see that pink towel right next to Augie," and I go, "Oh, Augie's got a blankie." No, he's cold, and I'm covering him up. Champ Patton, I used to work security when I was a young man, and I'm down in San Diego. The worst spot for me was Balboa Park. So many drunk homeless people. Oh, there's so many more of them now, Champ. So many more of them. Chad Bailey, my kid got metal marshmallow poles for cooking over a campfire. First time cooked one, grabbed end of the pole to remove the marshmallow, left a burn line on his palm, threw them out. Dumb gift. Yeah! Mike, Richard, do you live near the San Diego Museum, the one who has a YouTube channel? I live in Los Angeles, not San Diego. So, no. I'm sure there are a lot of museums in San Diego that have YouTube channels. Most of them do. But, I live in Los Angeles. Nanda Bear, I'm in Florida. Oh. Ever been hit by a falling iguana? Riley for the world. Thanks for sharing, Richard. You got to be more specific. Oh. Yeah, this live stream is definitely not going to be longer than an hour. I mean, I can already feel the pain in my thumb. Ah! Nim! Oh. She scratched me, but she didn't cut me open. Incidentally, that's what they did to me at the hospital. See that? That really didn't help, Nim. Nim. Nim, nim, nim. You're kind of being a pain right now, aren't you? Aren't you, Nim, nim, nim? Aren't you my Nim, nim, nim? You know, guys, Eric Sachs. Jesus Christ, that's a bruise. Yeah. Champ Patton, what's the worst shift you to work? Night, day, or midday? Day. Traffic. Sunburns. Eric Sachs, cats are fun. Yes, they are. You know, guys, if I had a real job, I would have been out of work for a month. And I would be crawling back into bed and recuperating with this hand. But I don't have a real job, and I can't afford to keep taking days off just because of a little pain. And I mean, I tell you this much, if they would have let me leave the hospital, because they bandage this stuff up, although I've been told by my work that if my bandage bleeds through, like if I were at work like this, they'd have to send me home. So yeah, I mean, it's a safety concern. So the wound cannot show visible blood at work. But I mean, if they had let me, I'd have gone to work. I'd have left the hospital, gone to work, and then gone back to the hospital at the end of my shift. Eric Sachs, cats are fun. Adam S., what's the worst day of the week to work said shift? I don't know, maybe Mondays. I mean, pretty much weekdays are terrible for mornings. Rally for the world. Your Blanky store including Augie. Oh, Blanky store including Augie. Yeah. Um. Holy flying cat incoming, yeah. Look, I got a lot of stories about dogs and such. Nick Emanuel says hi. Nanda Bear says, I have nice cat, they don't bite. Riley for the world. Jesus, Richard, I hope you start feeling better ASAP. I am feeling better. Nick, I had diarrhea. It's very bad. Thank you for sharing. Chad Bailey, how did the infection start? It came from the bite, apparently. They said the bacteria was consistent with that. Nika Missoula. Just guess what? Guess what? You pooped? Eric Sachs. The American economy sucks, bro. If you're still curious, you absolutely have to work. Yeah, dude. Mendez. God bless you, man. Champ Padden. Are you armed security guard? If not, what's stopping you from getting your license? You would make more money. I am armed. I cannot find an armed job, and I would not make that much more money. Many armed jobs don't pay better than what I make. Eric Sachs, it took me until the last to realize why Garfield hates Mondays. It's because John has to go to work and Garfield misses him. Chad Bailey, cat scratch fever. My wife almost died from cat bite. Nika Mazula, have you had diarrhea before? Who hasn't? Okay, so guys, I have one, probably my best dog story. Is that, I remember I was unemployed at the time, and I walked out of my house, and I thought it was a person at the end of my block, but it turned out it was a dog. I walked over to the dog, and it was a friendly dog, but it wasn't hungry. I tried to feed it, and it wasn't terribly hungry. So I noticed it had a collar but no tag, but there was a handle on the collar. So I grabbed the handle, and I just started walking with the dog, And I walk with the dog, and I walk through my neighborhood, and it's dark out by this point. And I ask everyone I meet, do you know where this dog comes from? And people started pointing me in the right direction. I finally got to this house, and the dog scratched at the gate. So I took the dog to the front door, and I knocked on it, and I said, does this belong to you? And there's this guy, with his shirt off, and there's his father, apparently, because they look very much the same, with his shirt off. And they said, yeah, that's our dog. how did you find us? I said, I just grabbed his collar, and he walked me home. And it's one of the takeaways I have from that is sometimes we don't need a lot of guidance. We just need the right people to walk with us, and we can find our way. It's probably my favorite dog story. Chad Bailey, cats have bacteria in mouth, but bad for humans if bit just right. Yeah, it's because their teeth are so sharp they get really deep. Mandabear, I'm constipated and my stomach hurts. Have some fiber. That generally helps. This is one trick you can do if you have a bidet. While you are in mid-act there, just turn your bidet on and let it spray, and it'll break down the fecal matter and make it easier to pass. Nikamazula, I'm guessing yes. Adam S., love that dog story. Chat Patton, have you ever thought of doing armed truck security? My brother-in-law made a decision among the money. Yeah, I have, but never seriously. Riley for the world, thank you for sharing that, Richard Goodman. Eric Sachs, drink milk, Nanda Bear, or a lot of grape juice. Prune juice. Philip Perochi, Richard, you look way better, bro. Thanks, Philip. I still feel like crap. There was a point in the hospital I almost was like, maybe let me try to get a hold of Philip and be like, hey, come say hello to me, but I don't know how that. I don't even know if I was permitted visitors. I don't know if you would have wanted to see me like that anyway. It was pretty bad off. Riley for the world. Humph. Philip. Oh, bro, I would have definitely gone. Yeah, I know you would have, bro. If I had told you at 2 a.m, hey, I'm in the hospital, come see me, you would have like jumped in whatever transportation you have and sped right the f down there. But I mean, I don't know if I don't know if you want to see me like that. Philip Rochi brought you some decent food too. Lol, yeah. They were not. I never knew if when I was permitted to eat is the problem. I mean, the first night I went in there in the morning, I didn't get to eat till the evening, till dinner time, and they brought me 2 testicles. They were large testicles. I mean, I don't think they were bull testicles. They might have been like, pig testicles, but they looked like testicles. Tender, though. Nanda Bear, life is not easy. No, it's not. Eric Sachs, your whole fan base would come see you. No one's flying down from Australia to see me, bro. Philip Rochi, donate swelling gone down. Yeah, the swelling eventually came to the point where it was here, and now it's about here. So it's graduated out of all of this, although this particular digit is still a little tender. Okay, I can make a fist with these ones, but not this one, and I can't put these fingers together without pushing them with my hands. Riley for the world. Hi, Phil. Hope you're doing okay today. VM, if I was still a California, I'd have come. Champ Patton, did you ever watch wrestling? You can do a great Samoan spike with that thumb? Don't know what that is. Philip Rochi. That I am, Riley. Hope you are too. Soul Reaper. Yo, sup, dude? Not much. Honestly, trying to get through this live without screaming because my pain meds are wearing off. Mike, how long you got to wear the bandage? I don't know. I have to change this bandage every day. And, You know, it's until there's a piece of plastic that they put through my hand, and it's right at the base of the thumb. And until they take it out, it's bandage time. Once that's over, I think they're going to stitch it up. And when they stitch it up, I believe I can like have a smaller bandage for a while. Then a couple days after that, it's no bandage. Riley for the world. Yes, sir. Philip cannot complain. Soul Reaper, what happened to your arm? IVs. Man, look at that. Phil Perochi, problems for the rest of the day. Work. I have work at 3, and then I will probably be on duty until 2 or 3 in the morning. Eric Sachs, how long are you still on antibiotics? I think I have another 7 days to be on them. Riley for the world. GU for you, MG. Steve, hopefully you get full use. Yeah, there's no possibility of losing like dexterity or something. I don't know, guys. Like, you know, one of the things I'd really like to do is go back to drawing comics, which I'm not very good at. But, you know, it's just something I enjoyed doing. And my life is really full. It's really hard to get everything done. But, I mean, it's something I mean, but what wouldn't I do if I had the time? Nandabear looks painful. Yes, it is. Soul Reaper, damn, that's messed up. Mike, if your boss a good, y'all get along? Oh, my boss is a wonderful person, okay? Just, you have to understand that he is my boss. He's not my friend. He's not sitting there going, oh, I'm going to pay you even if you feel sick. You know, like they're happy to have me back at work, and they're doing their best to accommodate me, but there's only so much they can do reasonably. And I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, if they give me something, then the other guards are like, well, why don't we get that? It's like, well, Richard works harder than you. Well, that's not a good excuse. Retired Spy Kid, are you left-handed? No. Soul Reaper, hope you get better. Hoperochi, how has the editing of all the videos been going? Oh, slow. I mean, the thing is that I get this big sort of wad, you know what I mean? I get the thing out of the camera. I literally filled up the camera completely, and now I've got to identify every video, and I've got to choose the background for every video, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of moving things around. And I don't know what I did with one of my flash drives. I think I left it at home that day, but I may have wound up leaving it at the hospital. But you know, I'm getting there. Champ Patton Comics, have you ever collected comics? If so, what's your most expensive comic? I have no idea. I collected Robotech comics primarily. Mike, retired. The bandage is on the right hand. Nanda Bear, okay, bye. I need to go see you. Eric Sachs, the big hand and arm would be great for Hellboy cosplay. The right hand of doom. Still couldn't fist my sister. Retired Spy Kid, hope you have a speedy recovery. I mean, like I say, guys, the worst part about it is I can't, like, sit down and make myself a salad, which would be ideal, you know. Like, yesterday I went to In-N-Out, and I got 2 double-doubles, protein style, and an iced tea. And it's like, yeah, that worked pretty good. But, you know, it's not as filling as my regular order, which is a 4x4 French fries and a large Coke. And it's like, but I can't have that anymore because my diabetes. Sticks mids. No. Hope you feel heal fast. Yeah, me too. Chant Patton. Is there anything that you do collect besides cats? Glass clowns? Retired Spark Kid. Mike, stop the double ester glaze. It's on the left. This is my right hand. Stick mids. Drop like chat. Philip, I've been on a somewhat normal sleeping schedule lately, but I put your videos on the TV and leave them running as you can get some sort of money from it. Yeah, that actually doesn't work. YouTube says, no! Adam S. Richard, collect heart and minds. I collect knowledge and fat. Yeah, this constant rubbing thing helps alleviate the pain. Philip, Five Guys or Island Burgers? Are they even comparable? Islands is a sit-down restaurant where you leave a tip. Five Guys is just a fast food place. It's the Subway of burgers, as they call it. VM, what's your brother up to these days? How would I know, dude? I have a restraining order against him. My family sucks. Right, Nim Nim Nim? VM, what the... I didn't know about the restraining order. Didn't you? Look, I didn't see my brother for 4 years. He showed up at my house and then just started, like, wrecking the place. So, you know. My lawyer was like, get a restraining order, dumbass. Philip Roche, does your brother and your sister get along with each other? Better than I get along with either of them. I mean, my brother, he's not a fan of my sister, but you have to understand, okay, my brother needs a nurse, okay? He is mentally ill and he is lazy as hell. So, he needs someone who's going to be there constantly clean up his crap. And, you know, it's like I say, if I were a millionaire, I would retain this house for him, but I would have to have a nurse to come in and like, clean up after him and all that, and make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. And it's like, well, why don't you just send him to a mental hospital? Well, because one, mental hospitals generally treat people pretty badly. Two, retaining this house would mean bettering the economy and being able to hire somebody as a nurse for my brother. And you know, three, it's like, you know, I can be absolutely sure that nobody hurts my brother and my brother hurts nobody. It's one of those things. Eric Sachs, y'all don't know left from right. VM, whenever I try to picture your brother, I imagine Boogie. He's shorter than Boogie. VM, does he look like Boogie, perchance? He actually looks a lot like me, only shorter. Eric Sachs, retired spy kid. Sir, no sir, I don't. Right, Nim Nim Nim? You know, an interesting thing when I got out of the hospital. El Pistafo, hey dude! What's up, El Pistafo? Interesting thing is when I got out of the hospital, fast food tastes way more salty. What little of I've been able to eat anyway. VM, how does your sister look like? I'm kind of imagining Sheila from South Park. I don't know who that is. Mike, you and your family may work it out. No, Mike. My sister screwed things up so badly. Ah, okay. So I know you guys can't see it very well, but there's my sister and my nephew. Max this out. Okay, so that's my sister. This is from a couple years ago. She may not look like this anymore, but this is what she looks like. It's the only picture I have of her as an adult. You can tell. Similar nose structure, facial features. She's also morbidly obese. We're fat people. Eric Sachs, VM, what? Champ Patton, Richard, since you were down and not working for a while, did you watch Greasy Stranger yet? No, I was in the hospital, and I was not given access to Greasy Strangler. Philip Rochi, I know people can voluntarily admit themselves into mental hospitals, but it's more for short-term stabilization, maybe a residential program for your brother. He would need assisted living. I mean, he's been sent to the loony bin a couple of times. Riley for the world. I'm out, boys. Off to the beach. VM. Holy cannoli! Adam S. Enjoy it, Big Riley. Champ Patton. K. Riley, have fun. Phil Perucci. El Pistafo. Have fun, Riley. Riley for the world. 07. El Pistafo. Hi, Phil. Eric Sachs. Later, Riley. VM. Credit where credit is due. Your sister has a lot of grab onto. Yeah. LB, hey, Eric Sachs, Limo VM, LB. Do you wear thongs? No. El Pisafo. You look tired, Richard. Tired of all this bullshit. Look, dude, I mean, pain meds are wearing off. That's one of the problems with stream is, you're here. It permits you a small window into my life, and that window has to be small because of all the damage and things to worry about. And eventually, what I want to do is I want to be like, I'm going to have a stream for my health channel where I eat my daily salad. And obviously, I'm not going to film that right here. I'm going to film that in the kitchen. So, Nim, I just gave you 2 cans of cat food, and you're still complaining. El Pistofo, that's what I figured, yeah. Yeah, your sister is like Mike Janice Soprano. Don't know who that is. Eric Sachs, Cooking with Richard, yeah. VM, does anyone have ever known who Janice is? Mike, you can't just leave the house and go rent another? I cannot afford that. I am not renting, I am owning, but do you have any idea what rent is in California? Doom. How did your hand get infected? Cat bit it. Grasshopper Plus. I don't beg you stream. I don't beg you to stream. El Pistafo. It's complicated, Mike. Doom. Damn, that's shitty. How many cats you got? Oh. Seems to change daily. But it was my eldest cat, and he passed away. I mean, it's like, on the one hand, my life sucks, but do remember in the news today, we're going to have a lot more starving children in America. So, LD, how's work? Crappy. Doom. Oh, sorry to hear that. Mike, do you have neighbors that live right next door? Is your yard big? My yard's pretty big. I do have neighbors, but my neighbors, again, oh God, do they suck. They are such sucky human beings. Like, I really wound up with shitty neighbors. My neighbors are like, how dare you live in my neighborhood, white person? Doom. Things can always be worse. Gotta keep your head up. Yeah, things can also be better. I mean, here's to hoping that Trump, like, insists on flying in that new guitar plane that doesn't have countermeasures on it and gets his ass shot down. VM, your neighbors are Mexicans, right? I think you said that one time. Blasting loud music. They are Latino, most of them. I have a few Asians. The Asians tend to be better, but look, I have neighbors that basically, they talk a lot of smack, okay? And them talking smack generally means that nobody wants, I have a call. Hold on, guys. I shouldn't have bothered answering that. There was nobody there. Oh. Eric Sachs, I hate neighbors. I wish I had a cabin in the woods. I'd take survival shack to get away from neighbors. What if Jason Voorhees shows up? Fern, hey Richard, how you doing today so far? Pain's getting actually pretty bad. Yeah, your neighbors are that Mike. I agree with you, Richard. Everything except the Trump thing. VM, Jeopardy music. Look, Mike, whether you believe Trump is the best interest of the country at heart or not, man is not a politician. Okay? He doesn't understand. He's old, he's senile, and he's done a lot of coke. LB, Indian scam callers. Probably. Phil Perochi, do you still have a landline phone? No, I do not. VM, so Richard, I imagine when you were growing up in the 80s and 90s, you had a lot of white neighbors. No. Why would you think that? My neighbors have always been Mexicans. I live in Los Angeles. It's just, here's the thing, okay? Like, the people who live in that direction, they're the children of the people who used to live in that house. And people who used to live in that house were reasonable people. The grandmother came here in a covered wagon from Mexico, And the parents were fine, but the kids turned out to be real trash. And it's like they used to abuse my mentally ill brother. And I don't care what color your skin is, it's not okay to abuse someone who's mentally ill. And now they're going, well, we're going to run you out of the neighborhood. So, I mean, worrying about the color of their skin really isn't the issue. It's more their behavior that I'm concerned about. I mean, at my work, Caucasians are so rare that, somebody actually walked up to me the other day and said, wow, I've never seen a white guard here before. Okay, and I get along with almost everybody. So it's not like it's an issue. So just don't think that it's a matter of skin tone. They dislike me because of the color of my skin. I dislike them because of their behavior. Cal C. Hi, Richard. How are you feeling? The hands bothering me. VM, how did your father view the neighbors? He didn't live with me, dude. Dude, look, my parents broke up when I was 3. My mother died when I was 10. Okay, my father hadn't lived with me since I was 3. When I was an adult, he showed up on the weekends. He left. I mean, he got along well enough with my neighbors, so far as I'm aware. He was kind of an absent father. Eric Sachs, I'm surprised there's no openly hateful. I'm surprised they're so openly hateful. Why would that surprise you? This is California. Eric Sachs, Kelsey, I hope it feels better than it was. Yeah, it feels better than it was. Trust me on this one. Like a week ago or 2 days ago, if I had gone this long without pain management, I would not be making this stream. Right? I mean, it starts off as a feeling of pressure. There's some pain right here, okay, which is about where the plastic is, and the body's basically saying, "Get this damn thing out of me. It hurts," but it has to stay in there till the doctor says it comes out. Eric Sachs, like, damn, they're here as guests. I don't get you. Oh, no, I mean, look, we're all Americans. America isn't a color, it's a people. Kelsey, I hope it. Dordy Dennis. Hello, Richard. How has your day been? LB, what's better, girth or length? LB, you just have to run with what you have. See, it doesn't matter whether it's girthy or lengthy. You've got to run with what you have. I mean, that's what you have is what you have. Don't go out there having some surgeon say, "Let me cut up your business there to make you more this or more that." You've got to run with what you have. Rock what you are, bro. VM, who did you live with when your mother died? You were 10, weren't you? Yes, I lived here with my brother and sister. I don't know what you're not understanding, dude. I lived with my mother. She died, and I continued to live where my mother lived. You know, on the weekends, my father would show up on a Friday. Okay, Saturday he would take me to the grocery store. Sunday he would take me to Costco. He'd leave on a Monday. Right? Did not have a lot of parental support. I'm 45 years old and I survived. He'd call that a win. Kelsey, when do you go back to get it looked at? Tuesday. LB, good news. VM, that's a bit of a personal question. Have some respect. No, people ask all the time. Eric Sachs, I wonder if they have Frankenstein surgery for the junk, like put a big John on a small feller. Um, a junk transplant is a possibility, but I mean, really, it's not worth it. You know, you can construct a penis more easily, and just you don't have the issue with rejection. So, in the future, we may have like that structure wash thing where they can take somebody else's heart, wash out all the cells, and then stem cell you a new heart. And they might have that for the penis, but yes, I mean penis plant transplants have taken place. I I don't know if they've been terribly successful, but I think they're largely considered just not worth it. VM and Richard, I didn't know it was just you and your siblings living together. For some reason, I thought they were with your dad, my dad. I can see how you could make that misconception. Trying to apply normalcy to an abnormal situation. Herbert Johnson, hey Richard, I've missed you. Said hi. What's up, Herbert? Mike, first time my wife saw mine, she laughed. Well, I mean, is it better for her to laugh or scream? Yeah. Like, oh my god! Okay, guys, we are nearing the end of the stream, by the way. Kelsey, scream. Mike, are you going back to sleep before work? Not likely. I don't have a lot of time. I generally leave an hour early because of traffic and whatnot. So I got like 2 hours, 2.5 maybe, a little less. VM, what's the age difference between you and your siblings? 2 years. My brother is 4 years older than me. My sister is 2 years older than me. Herbert Johnson, what state are you in? I am in California. Right, my nim nim nim. I'm scratching your butt. I'm scratching your butt. It's your butt. I'm scratching it. Snoofle. Snoofle, this your snoofle. Curves said hi. Herbert Johnson, is the West Coast the best coast? I don't think there's a best coast, bro. I mean, places are places, and every place has got its merits. I mean, there are more bugs here, but they're less cold. Mike, do you let the cats hang in the computer room while you're gone? Yeah, I generally leave the door open. VM, that was confused. 14, 12, and 10. Yeah. Old living alone together without adult supervision. But thanks for clearing it up. I understand it now. Yeah. I mean, the oldest one being a mental patient is kind of the kicker there. My brother, if he were a normal 14-year-old, I don't think we would have had a problem. But it's like, why was it the 10-year-old was the one responsible for, making the grocery list? Eric Sachs, East Coast is the best coast. Yeah, you see more boobies out here. Hervzerg, I am subscribed, D. Okay. Alright, guys. We are at the end of the stream. It's been an hour. I'm going to have to check you folks later. I'm Richard.